What's up, YouTube universe? I'm just leaving work, and on the way home, I decided to stop and check this place. I ain't never been here before. It's called the Funky Market, and there's one right next door, kind of like connected to it, and that one says Pinch and Pennies Flea Market. So I'm gonna go check these out and see what they got in there. I've never been here before. It's just on the way home from work, so y'all tag along with me. Before we get started, I just want to let you guys know I did do my Whatnot show, and I want to let you guys know how it turned out. Actually, I did it 2 consecutive nights. The first night, I ran the show and didn't sell anything. I was getting kind of towards the end of the show, and some real nice girl messaged me in the comments saying, "I think you're in the wrong section. You need to be in garage sales." I thought community was like community sale, but it was something different. So the next night, I ran the stuff again, and I went into garage sales category. And I didn't do a whole lot better. I'm still trying to gain a following, but I did sell one item. That's what I'm holding up here. It's that Christmas bell with the deer on top of it that I had, and so yeah, I sold something and I gained some followers. So I count that kind of as a win. It didn't go exactly how I hoped it would go. I was hoping to sell them a lot more, but I didn't really have a lot of people in my shows. So that's my goal now, is to just keep making shows and keep building a following. But it was pretty fun. I encourage you guys to try it if you haven't already. So as you can see here, this is not like a typical flea market. Maybe some of you have places like this, but what it was a place where the lady explained to me, she rents out sections like booths, and she told me they were $75 each booth. And I can't remember how big it was. Some of the footage you can see like the blue painter's tape on the floor. That's showing like what a booth is. But I had to mute the volume on here because they were doing some work in there. She said people were still coming in to get their stuff in there. They just opened like the last week, so all the booths are rented. But she said people are still working on their little sections and stuff. So I'm just gonna walk you kind of through. You can see here. It had a bunch of random items. Overall, the stuff in here was priced a little bit too high. Um, I found a couple of things you'll see, but the majority of stuff in here was about what I could get for it online, or maybe just a little bit less. So there was really no meat on the bone left for me. You can see like this cup here was $20. And I don't know if I could even sell it for 20 online. All of them were. That one was 35. These baskets were, I believe, 50. Some of them were a little bit less, but different prices. One was 75, I think. Now this little placard, I guess you would call it. I'm not sure exactly what you would call that. Um, I considered it, but I just, they only wanted $5 for it, but I just didn't really know what I could get for that online, so I decided to pass on it. This cross here was only $3.50. I considered maybe picking it up, but I thought maybe later I'll do some research and see if it looks like something somebody handmade. See if how much they go for and if that's worth it. There were some other things in here that I'm definitely going to research and come back because I just you know it looked nice and it looked like something that would sell. I don't know what exactly I could get for it online. They had nice stuff in here. It's just a lot of it was priced, out of the range. This little stocking here, I looked it up and it it didn't go for that much. I mean, maybe $10 or $15 what I saw. They had a bunch of other styles, Harry Potter. So I guess they made several, but I looked it up and while I was in the store, and I just decided that there wasn't a whole bunch of them selling, so I passed on it. Now these little campers here that you see in the background, there's one right there and there's a few on the bottom. I think they're handmade because I didn't see any markings on them and it just looked handmade to me. So I'm gonna have to research these. They're only asking $3 for them. So if if I think I can get enough for them online, and I think research and see if they sell or things. I don't know if they'll be exactly like that, but things like that sell. Then I may come back and maybe see if they still have these or maybe some new ones or something. But I mean they're neat and see it looks like they're handmade to me. So I just wasn't sure, so I didn't grab any on this trip. I saw another one of these crosses on the other side over here. Same booth. This thing had an on-off button on it. I didn't see a cord, so I guess it's battery operated. But I don't know. I didn't know really much about it, and I may research that and come back. I didn't show these bracelets. There was really nothing special about them. They were like $3 a piece, and then this necklace was a little bit more. But I felt like it was not enough to try to get enough for them to make it worth it. Now, I liked these. If they would have been a little bit less, I may have grabbed them, but they wanted the 2-piece set for $15, and I felt like that's probably around what I could have got, maybe a little bit more online, but I just didn't think there was enough left for me. And this candle holder looked nice, but it was, something that I felt like that be a hard time or hard me to sell online, because I think it was a department store item, and I don't know, I just didn't feel comfortable grabbing that. If those would have been $1 of each, I probably would have bought those two. They were asking $24 for this purse, so I didn't really know much about it. I didn't look it up in the store, but I'll have to look, and I got the name in the video, so I can look it up. If you guys know about that kind of purse, let me know, but I thought that was pretty high. This was interesting, but not for $8. I don't think I could get too much for that. This one was a little bit less because it was smaller, but I just decided to pass. These license plates were interesting. I looked up license plates to see what they go for, and mostly all I saw was vintage, like really old. And these didn't. Some of them may have been, kind of vintage, but barely maybe. But they only wanted $3 for a 2 pack, so I may come back and get some of those later if they still have some. These people are asking $50 for their reefs. And these are handmade and they're nice, but I understand these people want to get, what they feel like it's worth. But someone like personally buying them, I could see that. But for someone trying to make a profit on it, I just don't think it's there. And some of this clothing here didn't have prices on it. Some of the pieces I was curious about. Some of them did, but I just didn't see really anything that stood out to me. I got some, things in mind to look up and to see, but I just didn't see anything that was you know, a ringing a bell in my head saying this was definitely a good find. And the ones that didn't have prices on them, there's also, you'll see in here in a little bit, this same booth. Apparently, this lady was not done yet. She was coming back, I think, the next day or something to finish pricing stuff. She has two Victoria's Secret bags down. You'll see them here in a minute, down towards the floor area, and I was really curious about those. So I asked the lady, and she said, "Yeah, that she'll be back." So I will have to go back, and if they're still there, I can maybe work out a deal with her, depending on what they'll go for. I'm going to do some research on them and see exactly what I think I can get out of them. She had some other purses there too. You'll see in a second, but some Doonies and some Kate Spade, but they were priced maybe not too high. I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna have to do a bit more research to see what those purses actually go for. But she was asking more than I was comfortable with, just taking it without knowing. Now this green jacket here, it was pink jacket, which is like the brand. And I know that stuff can sometimes be good, but she didn't have a price tag on this one. I looked all over and there was no price tag. So I'm going to research that jacket a little bit. It doesn't zip all the way down. I didn't pan down enough for you to see, but it went like a quarter zip. But I'll research that and come back if I think that's something that I can, get enough money for. Depending on how she prices it, I'll pick that up. And there's a Dooney and Burke, the blue and brown purse there. That's one of them that I was talking about. And you can see, I'll turn around here in a second, and you can see the price she had on it. And I just, like I said, I felt like it was a little bit too much to spend without knowing. It's 35. And then there's a Kate Spade here she wanted 40 for. And that may be good prices. I'm just going to have to do a little research before I pull the trigger on something that much. And some of this clothing here, it was decent. And I feel like if I could get like all that in a lot, especially those the sports jackets, I feel like it'd be a good buy. But some of them she didn't have prices on them, and the ones she did, I felt like that again. If it was a personal buy, that'd be one thing. But if you guys see anything in this video and you want it, let me know, and I can go back and get it, or we can work out whatever it would take to get it. This little set of earrings, she only wanted $1, but you can see the two holes underneath the earrings. That was supposed to be a necklace with it. And it says on the bottom, underneath the loving, you can't really see it right there, but it said earrings and necklace. And so I just, was thinking, I don't know if I could, get $1 for those. I could, but I'm sure I can get $1, but I'm not trying to turn $1 into $1. But you know what I mean? If I can make any money off of those. There's the purses right there that I was talking about. One of them's like a tote. This one here, it's black and it has the white straps and it says Victoria's Secret in red. Sorry, I didn't really get a good shot of it. Um, but like I said, I'm gonna have to research. She didn't have a price on it or anything, and maybe go back and talk to her when once she prices it. If I can, if she's there, she may just come in and price it and then leave. Because all the boots are like rented out by whoever, and the lady who owns the shop, she's there, but I'm not sure if she can make deals or anything on behalf of the people, or if their prices are just as is on the tags. And here's the other one, and this one's more like kind of like a purse bag, I guess you can call it. I mean, it's it's not a tote. I don't think it's more of a something you could almost like a luggage bag, I guess you could call it. Sorry, I didn't get a really good shot of those. This little bunny here, it was a cotton ball dispenser, and I saw some solds, but not a whole lot. And I looked it up, and I didn't see any. I don't think like that exactly, but it just wasn't priced right. Now, here's the two things I actually bought. This little box has bracelet charms in it, and I guess all princess themed. And it looks like it has quite a bit of charms in there. So she only wanted $3 for the whole thing. So I decided I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up because I can lot those together. Maybe I don't know. I'm gonna exactly how I'm gonna do it, but I felt like for $3 for all those, that was definitely a good deal. This Amazing Spider-Man Marvel cup, it it was only $1. I'm gonna do a little bit more research on it, but for $1, I felt like I can turn that into something. This little set of lanterns was interesting, and I kind of considered it. It was $5 for all three, but um, I just don't know. I'll have to look these up, maybe, and do a little bit of research and see. I can't remember. I looked at the tag on the bottom, and that was some department store, Home Goods or something like that. And that was pretty much it. I looked at a few more little different things here on the way out, but like I said, nothing was really priced in in an area that I feel like I can make some money on it. So I'm gonna come back here when I have a little bit more time one day. They were about to close. I actually did not get to go to the store next door because as I was walking out, they were closing. I talked to them for a few minutes, but um, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed walking around this little flea market with me. I've never been here before, and like I said, if you see something in here that caught your eye and you want it, message me and we'll figure out a way to make it happen. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, y'all.